here. So today I thought we would do something kind of fun and different. So you can get these forms like this. Now this is Grapevine. This is a pumpkin, and this one is a maple leaf. So you can get these at Hobby Lobby. And so we're going to just kind of decorate it. I'm going to give you a few little ideas on things you can do because this is a pretty easy, inexpensive project. So these were about $13. However, they're on sale now, so their fall stuff is on sale. So you can go get this. I believe it's 40% off now. So these are really fun to do something with. And I have all kinds of different little embellishments so that we can kind of decorate it up. So we have several choices. So for the one that's the maple leaf, I thought we would do this cute little leaf ribbon. It's adorable. I love this ribbon. Then we have this really nice, just kind of plain orange. It's a really beautiful orange. We have our little plaid that has all of our fall colors in it. So this one works great with this and this. So those are just adorable. Then for the pumpkin, I thought we would do something a little bit different. So we have the blue truck with the pumpkins in it. And we have blue and big white polka dots. Okay, and then we have orange pumpkins. So we're going to do a bow for each one. And then we're just going to decorate it up because I think that's just going to be a lot of fun. And we have our glue pot, which is really just a skillet from Walmart, all ready to go. So we'll get started. Let's do the pumpkin first. So I'll move some of these over. And we'll get started on our pumpkin. So let me move the camera in. That way I can make sure you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a bow. Okay. Okay, so for the first bow, we're actually going to use the Pro bow. So I kind of wanted to show you one with the Pro bow and one with a bow by hand. So you kind of have an option. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move my ribbons on this. Okay, so let me tell you this. If you are a left-handed person and you are struggling with the Pro bow, try just moving your ribbons over on the side that you're used to drawing from and just do things in the opposite way. Because just because you're left-handed doesn't mean you can't use the Pro bow. It just means that you need to change your orientation and do it this way and go around in this direction as opposed to going around in this direction. Because I've heard people say that, well, I'm left-handed, I can't use the Pro bows. That's not true. Don't let that deter you. Okay? That is no reason why you cannot use the Pro bow. So I find it easier to have my ribbons pull this way. I'm going to flip this ribbon upside down because it's going to be a little bit easier when I take it out, and then I can flip it in this direction. Okay? Not that it really matters. Either way will be fine. Alright. So I want this to be my ribbon in the back because it will kind of brighten it up some. And we're going to use some wire. We're going to use 2 pieces of wire. So I like to cut them about 24 inches or so. Okay. So, on the Pro Bow, the reason you use the wires, well, the reason you use the first wire is because you are loading the ribbon on to the Pro Bow, and you need to have a wire at the beginning of it so that you'll be able to tie it together and keep it together. Okay? So, when you start it off, you want to pinch your ribbon. So this is how long I want my tail. Okay? Well, let's make it a little bit longer maybe. There we go. You take that first wire and you tie it around, one good time, around your ribbon. So this is your first ribbon. So when you're loading it on the Pro Bow, you want to load it in the middle of the finger, because if you load it at the bottom, you're going to struggle when you get to the middle to do your twist. You have to do the twist to get that pretty side back up. Okay, so you don't want it to be too low. You don't want it to be too high. You want it to be about in the middle, about right here. I just take the bottom wire, put it on this little nail down here, and just move it out of the way. So really all you're doing is just getting it out of your way so it doesn't get confused when you're working with your other wire. Okay? So what you're doing is you're going, and you don't have to use this middle finger. I like to have this. It just is, to me, it just seems a little bit more polished if it has a piece in the middle. So what you're doing is you're loading that first loop on. You take your second wire, okay, and you go, let's see if I can turn this so you can see it. Here we go. So you take this one and you go behind this wire. So you're going in between your ribbon and this finger, and you're using that. Pinch this ribbon up. You're using this to tie this together. Okay, so you want to do one good twist on there. Okay, and then what you do is you leave one side up and one side down. So the reason that you're doing this is that as you load your bow on, you can twist it off with this wire and it will hold it for you, so you're not having to try to hold your hand back here. So that's the purpose of that second wire. So then you can just go around the next finger. Okay. Come back to the center, pinch it. Remember, you want to keep one up. Here's my one up and there's my one down. Twist it to make sure you get that pretty side out. Come back, pinch, twist. Okay. Next finger, come back, pinch, twist, back to the center, pinch it up, twist it, pull it off. Now you can take your wire that's from the bottom to the top and the top to the bottom, and see, when you do that, it makes it hands-free. Okay, and then I'm going to move this tail out of the way. I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to move this one out of the way. So the only reason I do that is just so that I can move it and not have it in my way. Okay, now we're done with this ribbon. We're going to do this one next. So I love this because it gives it a little bit of brightness. So it's gonna pop, and it's a different color. So remember, we're gonna go up and down with that wire so that we can load it on and we can walk away if we need to. Okay? Then we go around the next one, come back, push that out of the way, pinch your ribbon up, twist it, next one. So you're essentially doing the same thing you would do when you're doing a hand bow. It's just that the pro bow is holding it for you. Okay? So pinch, go around the next one, come back. Now you can use this wire that goes up and down in between every one if it hurts your hands to hold it back here with your thumb. So that's the whole purpose of it, okay? It really is to help, it's a helping hand, okay? So we're done with that one. Let's do this one, okay? So same thing, go up, go down, just get it on there, go around that first finger, back to the center, pinch it, twist it around the next finger, back to the center, pinch and twist around the next one, pinch it up, twist it around that finger, pinch, twist. Now we can tie this on because we're ready to trim this off. There we go. Alright. We can set that aside for right now. So we've gotten all of the ribbon on. So let's go ahead and cut our detail. So I like to just fold it over, cut at an angle. You can also just cut at an angle. This just gives it that nice little detail effect. Like that. There we go. Alright, so now it's holding your bow. What you're going to do is you're going to take that piece from the bottom, from that little nail, and take it off. Then you're going to take this piece from that main finger and take it off. So then, if you look, it is all the way back where we had that first loop on, okay? So now we can use that to tighten that bow up really well, because we don't want it to come loose after we did all that. So then you want to just stick your hands under here and gently push it up, okay? Alright, so now we have our bow, and what I like to do is I like to take these pieces and put them together. So 2 wires and 2 wires, and then I'll push against the bow and tighten it as tight as I can without hurting the wire, okay? Because you want it, make sure there's no little areas in there that bow could come apart. But you don't want to hold it so tight that you're going to tear the wire. So as long as you have pretty good gauge wire, I think this is 26 gauge. So this is my fluff box. It's just a heavy piece of wood. It's actually press board. It has a little hook in the middle, and it has a nail at the end. So it just holds it so that I can work with the bow. So you always want to start from the bottom, and you just want to pull them apart like this. Okay? Don't worry too much about your little tails yet. Okay? There we go. So we're separating like this. Okay? You just pull opposite like that, and then the middle piece you just kind of fluff up. Then you can just fluff your bow up. This is just a very simple little bow. There we go. Just stick your fingers in and pop those up. Okay. Alright, now take it back off. Alright, we'll set this aside until we start on our next one. Now, we've got our cute little pumpkin, and you have two options. You can put the bow at the bottom and stack your little leaves and things around the bottom, or you can put it at the top. It really just depends on what kind of look you want. So we'll show you the top. So you can actually run your wire right through the little stem. See, it has its own little hanger. Okay. Then you just want to tie the wire on. Okay. Then you can have your, I'm going to flip it around this way because I want my trucks to be facing down. So then we can have our little tails kind of coming down. There's a few ways you could do your tails. So you could have some coming up here, some coming down. So you would just grab them and pull them to get them coming down like this, like that. You could have some kind of draping over the side. There we go. All right, so we have our bow on. And then you just kind of want to refluff it a little bit. And if you use something like trucks, make sure you pay attention to what direction they're going in. You could also take it and curl it just by kind of curling it up. Or you could have it like I have it. Just depends on what you like. So once you get this part on, you have several options that you can do to decorate this little pumpkin. So one thing that I love to do is to get these. These are just like little tiny beads, and you can get them, see, this is like a garland, okay, and I believe this came from, yeah, it just says berry garland. This actually came from the Christmas tree shop. So what you can do, and you can just take these, and you can just snip them off, snip some off. So see, we have pretty red colors, this little yellow, the off-white, the green, and what you can do is you can take this and you can put a little glue and just kind of load it in like around here, and just put a little bit of detail right on the actual pumpkin itself. It just is really cute. So I'm going to turn on my glue gun so that I can put a little bit kind of in between. So I'll kind of start it with a little bit of glue from my glue pot, and I'm going to kind of come right up here, and I'm just going to slide it right in. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can get this. This is bind wire, and it looks a lot like grapevine. You see it? And it has a little bit of wire in it, and you can actually run it through like this and tie it off. And then when you slip it back around, you can't really tell that it is something that you're using to tie something on. So if you see, you can see right there how that looks. Okay. So that's a great little trick to use. And this is what it looks like. So when you get bind wire, it's very important that you pull from the center of the bind wire and not the outside, or you'll be in a world of trouble. All right, so we'll just go ahead and put some of this on. You could also cut them at smaller pieces like this. And you could put as many of these on as you would like, many or little. Yeah, this is a personal preference. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna put a little glue on the other side too, because I can put them both down. So we'll put this one back and then put that one down. Now if you're worried about the glue, don't be, because after this you can come back with a hair dryer and run it over and just get rid of any of the little glue pieces that are just kind of showing through. Okay. I think it's really fun to kind of alternate the colors, just give it a little bit more interest. You don't have to do that. Of course, anything I show you is really just kind of ideas of what I do, and you really just have to take it and come up with your own ideas or try mine out. Either way, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You know, every designer is different, and that's what's so beautiful about it, because then you get lots of great ideas from different people. So just keep loading these on. I'm just sticking it right in, and then just taking my little bind wire, just kind of giving it a little bit of extra support. I think that's too small a piece. Okay. This just adds a little bit of delicacy, I guess. Makes it a little bit nice and delicate. Gives it a little color. And you'll notice I'm using colors that are slightly different than the ribbons. And I just like to do that because these are still fall colors, but it adds just a little bit extra color to our project. Okay. So you can see this is not difficult at all to do. And you can get one of these, and a lot of times you can find them on sale, and then you can use it in several different projects. You don't need a ton of glue, because you're also going to be sticking it into the actual grapevine itself. There we go. And you can use the bind wire to just kind of secure things up. You could also use some brown wire if you can find it. It can be hard to find. But you could also use silver wire. Sometimes you can get away with using silver wire. Okay. And I can tell you, I have seen these decorated in the store, and they charge $60 and up just for a little bit, just for taking this like $8 item and just decorating it up. So if you're looking for something cute for your house, or you're looking for something cute to take to a craft show, these are great to do. They're not hard. They're pretty fast. So they're a great little piece to keep in your repertoire. Okay. So we'll just keep going. See, and one of these, we'll do a whole bunch of them, because as you can see, it doesn't take very much to just add a little bit of color to these. And it already comes with its own hanger, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Just remember to keep your hair dryer handy so that you can just kind of get any glue pieces off when you're done. And you can find this bind wire at craft stores. So Hobby Lobby and Michael's should have it. It's a great little trick. There. So we could stop there. We can go in the center. I think what we're going to do now is we are going to put a little bit of something around our cute little bow here. Okay. So I have all kinds of different things I've gotten from different places. So see, this is really cute. It has a whole bunch of different things in one little pick. I love to get things like this because you can take them apart. See, they're just tied together down here. I have picks like this. See, and you just put things in and around your bow, and it really just kind of gives it a little bit of extra. So see, these two are the same. I really love the things that are in here. So let's pull this one apart. Okay. Then we can, this came from Carolina Pottery, and we can, so see, this is really cute together. It has this little feather. So I will trim it off. Okay. Run it through my glue. And then I'm going to go behind the bow, and I'm going to put it right in to the grapevine, just like we did with these other pieces. If you have any trouble, you could always add a pick on it. But usually you can get them worked into these grapevines. Now, you can also use the bind wire to kind of keep it in there. And remember, you're going to have to mess with your bow after you get this stuff in. But you can have all kinds of cute things coming out. I really like these little little feather looking leaves. So we're going to use some of those. Okay. You don't want to have too much of a stem because this does not have a ton of grapevine to push it through, so you want to kind of keep it small so you don't go through it. Okay. So we'll just start loading around our bow. This is cute, little thing. All right. Let's turn this around so I can see. So I want to have some things at the top, some things coming out from the sides. Okay. I just want to have a little hint of it kind of sneaking out back here. You can also have things hanging down here. So coming out from the bottom. I like to push the leaves up on these. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more natural, and it adds a little bit more color. Okay, so we're gonna slip this under here. There we go. Okay, we've got something coming out there. And once you get some things loaded in, then you can kind of move your tails and your bow around to fit in what you're adding in. Okay. You can have your tails coming up here. You can have them down. You can have them over to the side. It just depends on, what you want it to look like. There we go. I want to be able to see this. Okay. There we go. I think we need a little something right in here. Ooh, these are cute. This little set. I'm just going to take a little stem I have. Just load them onto this. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I want this one to come out a little bit so that we can still see some of it. We'll do a little bit of that over here, maybe coming down here. I think that one's a little bit too big. Let's see what else we have. I think that's a little too big. We might put this back here. Let's see. There we go. Kind of move that aside. There. That is so cute. It doesn't take much to decorate these, and they're so cute. There we go. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so I think that we will put... move this down here. Kind of have that. There we go. You can also put things in the bow itself. That's always cute. So if you had, see, like this, you could put this in the bow. We can put more of these down here. You can just put some leaves. So you could take a leaf and just kind of load some of the leaves in so that they're kind of sneaking out. This is just as much or as little as you want. I kind of feel like less is more with some of these, just because you don't want to take away from the form itself, and you don't really want to take away from your bow. So and there it is. And you just kind of straighten up your bow a little bit. Let's move this one around there. There we go. That's it. See, I think I will put these little pieces up the middle because I really like those. So let's do that. And I really like the yellow because it kind of ties in, so let's do a little of that. See, when you first start putting these in, it kind of looks like the colors aren't going to work, but once you start loading these things in up here, then it works because you have added in that color. So, just going to add a little bind wire just for a little extra support. There we go. Alright, so now you can see, let me get some of this glue off. So now you can see how those little pieces are on there and how the bow blends in, and you have a little tie that comes with it. So it really is such a cute, quick project. Alright, so we'll start on our little maple leaf. Hi! Well, unfortunately, I did this entire thing and something happened and the recording didn't work. So I don't have another one of these, so I'm just going to kind of show you what I did, because it's really the same exact concept as the pumpkin. So I put those little beads all the way around the leaf. I made a big bow and then I just glued all the way around. So it's just these little, I don't really know what these are called, but they're real cute. I have those coming out the side, and then I just have some leaves all the way around the bow. So I'm going to show you how I made the bow, because really, that's the most important part, right? Okay, so, and this is how it turned out. Let's see if I can get it close enough. So you can see where all the leaves are. Okay, so let me zoom in and I will show you how I made the bow. Okay. So what I did is I took the larger ribbon. How many loops did I do? 2. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, so I had a tiny little bit of this orange, okay? So I just made 2 loops with this, 2 little bit larger loops. So let's see, how large is this? So this is about 5 inches, okay? So I have these, and I just make sure that they are the same height, and they are. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do a little bit smaller, maybe about 4 inches, right there, okay? Alright, so I'll just do this in the middle, make sure it matches. Now you can put this in your bow dabra, or you can, sometimes what I do is I will just grab a pipe cleaner and I'll just start loading it into the pipe cleaner, and then I'll take it out when I get ready to make it. I just kind of use it to hold it, because you know what, not everybody has a bow dabra. Alright, so then I just make the second loop by just twisting and making the loop. So you always want to twist it, and you're twisting it to get that pretty side up. Now if you have trouble twisting, what you can do is take it and go over like this, so you're bringing it over, and then on the next loop you would bring it over again. So you see, you get the same effect, but you don't have to twist it. So I've got 2 loops here, okay? Alright, now I'm just going to put it on top of this one, okay? There we go. Now I'm going to hold that because we're going to make a tail with it. Now, what I like to do, my favorite bow to make, is to take 3 1.5 inch, and I'm going to move that a little bit closer. So I like to take 3 1.5 inch ribbons. This is my favorite thing to do. And I will load them on top of each other, just like this. Okay, this is a really easy way to do all 3 at one time. So another great thing is to take a spool holder and load them on the spool holder, because it just will make the ribbon roll a lot nicer, and then you don't really have to worry about it getting all tangled while you're trying to do it. Alright, so I do these about 3 inches. So I always have a little excess. Alright, make sure it matches. Then you can twist all 3 together. Okay. Pinch it, twist it. Tuck it under again, make sure they match. They do. Pinch and twist. And last one. See, if you hold all 3 together, it's not that difficult to do them all at the same time. And it's just an easy way to get a really nice look really quickly. Okay, and then I'll just trim this off. I have just a little excess. Then I'm going to take all 3 of these. Okay, and then I'll just take some wire. About 27 inches or so. Trim it off. And then I'll take these. Okay. And I'll just set this right on top. Take my wire. Go around it. I want to make sure these are even in the back. I'm going to twist it one good time. I don't want to twist it more than once because I'm going to put the tails on. Alright. So now, I think I did the tails about a yard. So we'll do about a yard. So we got that one. See, and this works perfectly because it is that little leafy ribbon. And I'm just going to do the orange. Of course, you could do all of them if you wanted to. There we go. See, and I have the smaller of the maple leaf. There we go. So now I just measure out this one. Trim this one off. Okay. Now, I don't need this anymore. Okay. I'm just going to find the center, pinch it, just like that. Then I'm going to take this bunch, open this back up, and put this right down in here. Okay, and then I will take this wire, and what I like to do is kind of fold it over a little and try and get it as tight as I possibly can, like that. Alright, because if you have any play in there, you'll have trouble with your ribbon. Alright, then I'll get my board out and just load it on. This is my fluff box. It just has a little hook and it has the little nail. Alright. I'm not going to trim these. I'm just going to always start at the bottom. You just have a better chance of your bow fluffing well if you start at the bottom. And just pull things opposite. So, and that's why this is nice. This board is nice because it holds things in place while you pull them out. Okay, so this is why I like to do 3 at a time. Okay, so I'll take the one on the bottom and I'll just pull them out separately like that. Okay, and then I'll take the next one and I'll pull out opposite colors like that. I'll go on the other side, do the same thing. Okay. There we go. This one. There we go. And the last one. And then all you do is just stick your hands in there and fluff them out. Just like that. There we go. See? And then what you can do with your tails is you can just take it and just roll it like that. And that's what I did on this leaf. So let me pull that back up and I'll show it to you. There we go. And that's what the bow looks like when you get it loaded on. See? Same bow. Okay. Alright, well, I'm sorry that the whole thing kind of did not get taped, but at least I got to show you how to make the bow. So, and I just kind of filled in around it. That's all you really do. I just put these little beads right around. I didn't worry about the center. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. And I will be back soon with some more different kinds of projects. Okay, y'all have a wonderful evening and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.